Hi, welcome to my update on the Six Nations Rugby tournament. We've just finished week 3. A few things to look back on, a few things to look forward to. First game up of week 3 was when the French hosted the first, as I recall, Friday night game ever to be played in the Six Nations, or indeed Five Nations tournament, against the Welsh. And a cracking game it was too. Superb open rugby from both sides. To be fair, the French did deserve to edge it in the end, but for a long period, certainly in that first half, it didn't look like that was going to happen, as Welsh certainly looked to dominate in the open play exchanges, and if they could have built on that, then they'd still be looking for a Grand Slam back-to-back. Not been done for 100 years. In fact, no one's ever completed the Grand Slam in a Six Nations tournament back-to-back, and we'll have to wait at least another year before that particular feat may take place or not. Don't know. But the French were great. They've been pretty good throughout this tournament, to be fair. Their opening game against the old Spud bashing Irish, they showed then that their intent to attack from all over the park. Reminded me of New Zealand side of a few years ago, where you was never ever safe wherever they had that ball inside their own 22. They would attack instead of this kick game that certainly is overtaking open play rugby, especially with these new elves that are being experimental law variations that they're called down under. Thank God we haven't got them all in the Northern Hemisphere game just yet, but it's still a lot of kick tennis. Anyway, getting back to that French-Welsh game, it really was a joy to watch. France ended up winning by 5. They've still got a sneak at this championship. Let's face it, they go to England next. Got to fancy the French there. I think that they'll probably go there giving up a point or two. I think there is a bit of scratch off a 0, so flip a coin, 10 to 11. Looks valid to me at this present moment in time, with a few days out before the fourth round kicks off. The English, well, they went to Ireland, Croke Park, the historic ground where the Irish had played all their GAR, as it's called, the Gaelic football and hurling. They missed out by a point in Ireland, but to be fair, never really looked like taking the spoils. The Irish let in a try that was converted, but there was already 8 points up with a few minutes to go. It's just England ran out of time, and to be fair, they didn't really offer much, and nor did the Irish, to be fair. England played a spoiling game, and Ireland just fell straight into it. If Ronan O'Gara had had his kicking boots on, they would have been home and hosed. But I don't know what happened to him. Mental aberration. Yeah, one of those days that, boy, it was an off day. Never seen anything like it. Where they weren't even taking kicks from just outside the 22. Things that were normally food and drink for the man, but he wasn't on his game. Thankfully for the Paddies, Brian O'Driscoll certainly was, and he was the difference between the two sides in the end. That and England and their yellow card syndrome. Another couple of yellow cards they picked up. God, they're bloody idiots at times. Martin Johnson, well, I don't know what he's doing, what he's telling the players. I know when he played, he was one of the dirtiest guys in rugby, but he got away with it. What he used to get up to inside that ruck and maul situation beggars belief, but the thug that he was, and let's face it, he was, he got away with it. Referees weren't as sharp, but now you're not. And stupidity like Danny Kerr, Christ, talk about telegraph, what a pillock. And Martin Johnson's face was a picture when they panned to the stands after Danny Kerr lost his head, lost everything, and of course it lost the game for England, as it turns out in the end, when he got sin binned with about just over 10 to go. So yeah, French got to fancy them after that performance against the Welsh. to go to Twickenham and turn over England. Ireland, they've got to go up to Scotland. Scotland put away Italy. Crap side. Italy, that poor Sergio Parise, the number 8, plays for Italy. And Stade Francais, I mean, God, that guy must be pulling his hair out. I mean, he had a cracking game against the Scots. I mean, to me, he was the man of the match, even though they lost by 20, and I did say they would. So I hope people got on when I twittered to everyone. And if you're not into Twittering, you should get into Twittering. Go on twitter.com and follow me, Trevor Oakland, and you'll see all. It's like a micro blogging, and you'll never miss out on anything. And it's good to do. And if you don't understand it at first, you'll get to it in the end. But anyway, yeah, I put up that they win that match by 20, and they did. Scotland are an improving side. Italy are a side in regression at the minute. So Ireland to go to Scotland, tricky one. Toss of a coin. Toss of a coin. Scotland have got a couple of guys back. Looks like Hines and Murray are coming back into the pack after injury. Frank Haddon's finally sort of seen the error of his ways by putting in Max and Tom Evans to start. I mean, Tom never even got a start in the first game, which I thought was absolute disgrace. But he's seen the light. He's got his 2 flyers in the back line, and at times, yeah, they look good. A cracking try with Daniele, the back line move, beautiful angles that they ran against the Italians. But you know, the Italians they're not a good benchmark to say whether you've got a good side or not. So it'll be interesting to see. Scotland up at Murrayfield against Ireland, getting nervous now because Ireland don't like to be favourites. The Paddies like to come from behind, and you know, underdogs that they are. But they'll go to Scotland as favourites, and they may come unstuck. Don't know. I'd like to see make sure that there's no late injuries before I make a decision on that one. But at the minute, I'd err on the side of a handicap bet with Scotland around +5, something like that. Maybe able to nick another point, +6. Don't know. And Italy, well, they've got to host Wales. Wales have completely changed their side, all bar a few positions. I think there's about 11 or so changes in the team, but they've got the squad to do it. And against Italy, unless they get sort of drawn into a brawl, and I do hope they don't, just keep sticking to their game plan of open play rugby, they'll have far too many guns for Italy. They need to cover a handicap of between 15, 16, 17 points. Italy may do what they normally do, hold out for the first half, and then it's game over after that. Most Italian sides in the Heineken Cup have shown that year after year. You know, they put up a fight for the first 40, and then they just drop off through, I don't know whether it's lack of fitness or lack of don't give a shit. I don't know, to be honest with you. But I think, you know, it may be worth having an in-running bet on that one in the second half. And don't forget, you can get to follow my in-running service by sending me an email. Just go onto the sixnationsrugby.info website. Email me that you're interested in the in-running rugby service, or indeed if you want to subscribe to the actual main rugby service. Details are on the website, sixnationsrugby.info, and I'll be happy to accommodate you. But as I say, bets for the minute, I think erring on the side of Scotland with that start. Got to be France, looking to be the bet of the weekend for me, and perhaps Wales in running in that second half against the Italians. But that's it for me for now. I'll give you an update perhaps just before the weekend, and certainly after the weekend as a review of round 4 of the Six Nations Rugby Tournament, and look forward to catching up with you then.